The Big Four accounting firms audit 98% of all companies worth over $10 billion. They literally verify the financial truth for the entire global economy. But here's the question that keeps regulators awake at night. Who audits the Big Four? The answer? They audit each other. I'm serious. Deloitte checks KPMG, KPMG checks PwC, PwC checks EY, and EY checks Deloitte. It's a $212 billion circle of friends checking each other's homework, and what I'm about to show you proves why this is the most dangerous conflict of interest in modern capitalism. After Enron collapsed in 2001, wiping out $74 billion in investor wealth. You'd think the government created an independent watchdog to audit the auditors, right? They tried. They created the PCAOB. But here's what nobody tells you. The peer review system never really went away. And even with the PCAOB, they only inspect about 5% of Big Four audits each year. 5%. So how does this actually work? One Big Four firm reviews maybe 10 to 15 audits out of thousands from another Big Four firm. They check if the paperwork looks right, if the boxes were ticked. But here's the insane part. They don't verify if the conclusions were actually correct. It's like a restaurant inspector checking if you own a thermometer, not whether you're using it to keep people safe. And get this, the firm being reviewed pays for their own peer review. KPMG literally writes a check to Deloitte to inspect them. Can you imagine any other industry where your direct competitor gets paid by you to judge your work? Here's where it gets worse. In 2020, German payments company Wirecard collapsed. They had inflated their cash balance by 1.9 billion euros. That's $2.1 billion that never existed. EY had been their auditor for 11 years straight, giving them clean audit opinions every single time. 11 years, and they missed a $2 billion fraud. But here's the kicker. EY's peer reviewers from the other Big Four firms, they'd been giving EY clean marks the entire time. Or look at Carillion in the UK. This construction giant collapsed in 2018 with £7 billion in debt but only $29 million in cash. 30,000 jobs gone, critical infrastructure projects abandoned. KPMG had been giving them clean audit opinions right up until the month they declared bankruptcy. The UK regulator called it a textbook failure and hit KPMG with a record £21 million fine. Sounds like a lot, right? KPMG makes $38 billion a year. That fine was 0.05% of their revenue. A rounding error. But here's where it gets interesting. The peer review system fundamentally can't catch these failures, and the PCAOB can't fix it. In 2024, the PCAOB found deficiencies in 20% of Big Four audits they inspected. EY had problems in 28% of the audits reviewed. That means in more than 1 out of every 4 EY audits, they didn't get sufficient evidence to support their opinion. Because these firms aren't just auditing each other, they're business partners, they collaborate on consulting projects, they recruit from the same universities, their senior partners rotate between firms throughout their careers. The entire system is designed to protect the club, not the public. Your retirement account almost certainly invested in companies audited by the Big Four. Your bank? Same thing. The entire global financial system runs on the assumption that these audits are accurate and independent. But when 1.5 million employees at 4 firms control 98% of major audits, and they're only checking 5% of each other's work, that assumption breaks down. So the next time someone asks who audits the Big Four, you'll know the uncomfortable truth. They audit each other. In a system designed to protect the industry, not investors like you. If this opened your eyes to how power really works behind the scenes, subscribe to Money Matrix, where we decode the systems that control money, markets, and corporations. Now I want your take. Are the Big Four necessary guardians of financial truth, or a cartel that's grown too powerful to control? Drop your answer in the comments, and if you think Wirecard and Carillion were bad, wait until you see what I've uncovered for the next video. I'm exposing the Big Four's biggest scandals and exactly how they keep getting away with it. Trust me, You won't believe who else they failed to catch. This is Money Matrix. I'll see you in the next one.